we went to Japan. I had raced in the Xfinity Series, which is kind of like college level, or it's like AAA. And the next step's the Cup Series where Dad's at. I won the championship, and so I got an invitation to race in an exhibition in Japan with Cup racers and Dad.
Uh-huh.
And it would be the first time I'd ever be on the track with him. And when I got to Japan, we flew all the way over there, and I'm sitting on pit road, and I'm waiting on Dad because I want to follow him out on the track because I'd never seen him from that vantage point. It was like following. I mean, I don't like to compare him to other icons because I don't know how people feel about it, but it's like walking behind Muhammad Ali as he goes to the ring, right? And climbs in, you know, that's a hell of a vantage point that a lot of people would love to have. Being in the ring when Ric Flair climbed into it, right?
Yeah. Being
able to see that moment when he climbs in with that robe on at a big event across some dusty roads, right? I mean, just that moment of that energy. So I know it was just practice, but I've never seen the Black 3 car. I've never seen the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt. I've never looked out my windshield and seen him, right?
Yeah.
I've raced against all these other guys. And so I remember that he pulls out on the track and I followed him out there, and I'm doing nothing. I'm like not in game mode. I'm not in focus of what my car's doing. I'm just like, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
It's him.
That's so cool. That's so cool you viewed your dad like that.
I'm like kind of smiling as he's saying, like, man, that's fucking awesome.
I couldn't believe he was in there steering that car. Couldn't believe it. And then 2 days later, like we practiced, qualify. 2 days later in the race, we're banging doors and I'm pissing him off and he's mad. So
you do a little extra for him too when he got to him.
So this is how it kind of worked out. I ran really good, and he ran like 6th to 8th the whole day. It's an exhibition, and he's just kind of going through the motions. He didn't have a great car, and he knew it. And he's just kind of like, hey, we're here to put on a show, and it is what it is, right? I'm like, hell no, man, I'm here to win.
This is it.
I'm gonna wheel this car to victory, right? This is my chance. And so I'm racing my guts out way over my head, but I got up toward the front and got up to second at one point, and I bounced off the wall being too crazy. And anyways, late in the race, we're both running around 5th and 6th, and we had a caution, and I had a chance. Everybody has a chance to come on, put a set of tires, and it's a little bit faster with new tires. And I said to my crew chief, Tony Jr., my cousin, he's my cousin too. We're about a year apart, really close. And I said, hey man, let's come get some tires and see what happens. We ain't gonna win like this. Let's put some tires on and see what happens. So he's like, all right, we ain't got no tires, but your dad's got a set in his pit. I'll see if I can get them. So our pits are side by side.
Yeah, side by side. It wouldn't be an issue if he gave it to you or not.
Yeah, our pits are together, right? We're kind of teammates, right? We got the same sponsor. It's this we had this Coca-Cola production thing. We did the photo shoots together. We're like this team, right?
Yeah.
And so Tony Jr.'s on the pit box, and he's like, hey, to Richard Childers, whose dad's car owner. He's like, y'all gonna pit and get them tires? Richard's like, we ain't coming. Dale ain't coming. He's just gonna finish this out.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna pit. You mind if we have those tires? Take them. No problem. Okay, here we come. Throw them down pit road, put them on. Dad don't know what all this is going on, and I don't even know where the tires come from. I just come down pit road and get tires. And so I go back on the track, and I lined up like 10th, and there's a real short 5-lap sprint to the end, and you got to go. You can't lift, you can't check up for something. You got to go.
What does check up mean?
You can't lift. If there's something happening in front of you and you check up off the gas or lift off the throttle, it'll take you another lap to build up your momentum, and it's a lap that's gone. And if with 5 laps to go, you just don't have time to be waiting on things to happen in front of you. You just gotta just go for it, right? So the green flag drops, and I got things happening. I'm passing a couple cars, and I get to Dad really quickly. I get up beside him down the back straightaway, and we go into turn 3 and 4. And I'm going by him. I have the faster car, the new tires. He saw me coming. He knows I'm quicker, and we're coming up off of turn 4, and he's he's hanging on my right rear quarter panel as we're coming off the corner. And traditionally, in a situation like that, you want the guy that's in Dad's position to just let you go. You're faster, you're coming through. But if he stays there, I can't really finish the corner. I can't get all the gas down. It's going to slow me down on the straightaway. We're going to run down the next straightaway side by side when I could be trying to pass the next car. It was going to hold me up. And so I squeezed him into the wall, and we hit, and his nose slid up under my bumper, and now he has me in a bad position, and he knows it. And so he's picked my rear tires up off the ground, and he's steering my car like a forklift down the straightaway.
Shake and bake.
Well, he could have just let you go.
He should have let me go.
Should have or could have?
He could have,
but
he didn't.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, dude, you only got an inch on me, and you could just let me go, and I could be on my way. And we banged, and then he's got me lifted up off the ground, and he's turned me sideways down the straightaway, and my car's doing this to the flag stand, and he lifted and let me go. But he was mad, right? And so, but I thought it was over. I go on, I pass another car too, and finish like 5th or something. And he's 8th. He's a couple spots back. So the race is over, and I'm like, that was badass, and I beat my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes,
100%.
And he knows I beat him. This shit just happened, right? And so it was really cold, but I remember they had it was in the middle of the winter. They had inside the track these little rented cubicles, like trailers, like you see on job sites, and each driver or team had one, and me and Dad were sharing one. I go into the one that we have. It's cold as hell outside. I go in there, and I'm going to change clothes, and I sit down, and I'm changing clothes, and there's this big folding leg table in front of me. And I'm sitting there, and I'm pulling off my shoes and taking my uniform down, and Dad comes in and sits down, and I just look at him, and he isn't making eye contact with me, and I know he's not.
He's mad.
He's bad. I look at him, and he's bending over and pulling his shoe off, and I go, And so as soon as I looked down, he threw his shoe freaking hard as he could, and it went right over my head as I bent down to get one of my shoes off. If I hadn't have bent down, it'd have hit me.
Yeah.
It hit the wall behind me. It was like, pow!
Yeah.
And I looked back up, and he was bending down to get the other shoe. And somebody opens the door and says, "Hey, Junior, they need you out here for an interview." And I'm like, "Thanks, I'm going."
Yeah, out of there.
Hey, she's the front door back from childhood. I'm fucking out of there, dude.
We never talked about it. And
you never talked about
Never
that.
talked about it.
Really?
Never talked about it.
Sounds like your father really didn't say a whole lot.
No.
He kind of
just the intimidator.
Just like was like a caveman, grunted and pointed at things for you. And you got it. You're like, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You need a Bud Light?
We had run-ins after that on the racetrack. We were at Bristol one day.
I hope you guys like this clip. If you want to continue to be for the boys, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, and check out our playlist. We have all the links right here on the screen. As always, biggest of hugs and tiniest of kisses. Also, go check out the full episodes, but always for the boys.